G'day and welcome, it's Stephen from Woolston Web Design here. I am here to talk to you about a new course which I'm putting together. It's going to be quite a number of episodes. What it's generally going to be is from beginning to end building a Vue.js application with a MySQL backend and using a PHP driven API to talk between the two. Now the reason that I've done this is because when I wanted to build or when I wanted to learn Vue.js, I was looking around at different tutorials, and while there were quite a lot of Vue.js tutorials out there, there wasn't really anything which gave me a real world example of how to build an application from start to finish. How to build something which is actually meaningful and could be used in a real world situation. So I went ahead and I've built an application. Now it's like an accounting type customer relationship manager sort of application. Basically what it does is it gives you a list of customers. You've got basic CRUD, create, read, update functionality on all of these entities. So we've got customers. Each customer has one or more invoices. Each invoice has one or more invoice items which can then be displayed on the invoice in like a table kind of situation. So you have customers, those customers have invoices, those customers have contacts, and it's kind of like a CRUD application. But what I've done is I've built it using Bootstrap. I've built it so that it's easy to navigate, and it's something which you might actually find in the real world. So stay tuned to that. What I'm going to do is, like I said, talk about the database that I'm going to create, talk about the different entities, the fields that I'm going to have within that database. Then I'm going to build the API which sits over the top of that. We're going to talk about the htaccess file to handle routing. We're going to talk about the request methods that we're going to use. So we're going to do puts and gets and posts and so on, and we're actually going to use the correct request methods for the type of action that we're doing. We're going to talk about the MySQL, how we handle the MySQL within the endpoint, so that we can either get a single entity back or get a list of entities back, how we handle arrays within the API, how we return that information to the application. And we'll primarily do that in an application called Postman. So if you're not aware of what Postman is, have a look at that, because you will definitely be using Postman to make calls to the API. So once the API is finished, then we'll move across to the Vue application, and we will build the Vue shell. We'll talk about how we're going to handle the API fetches, what we're going to do with the data, how we're going to handle props and components and so on, and we will just build out this entire application. So if that's something that you're interested in finding out more about, stay tuned, and I should have the first episode coming out very, very soon. So I hope to talk to you again soon.